I come in peace, because time and money can only be maximized if there is peace inside the soul, body, spirit. Have you thought your child everything that needs to form a mature adult? Matured male, matured female, and yet in marriage, things are not working. You ask yourself, what did I miss? Where did I go wrong? Because I have taught them, him or her, everything. Tried to resolve the conflict between their marriages, and yet, what if they have applied everything you taught? What if they are not really the problem that is plaguing their marriage? You didn't miss anything. You didn't go wrong anywhere. The world has so evolved that life that used to be sweet is more complicated than ever. I tell you, however ready you are most likely to be in a situation of some sort. God forbid. Why? Because if we must marry, we have to start getting used to our partner flexibly. It becomes worse if we refuse to be flexible. We refuse to be accommodating, or when we refuse to be more objective in our reasoning and actions. I tell you that marriage is most likely to hit the rock sooner than expected, especially if the partner is not one that holds things of value in high esteem, that holds valuable things dear, such as the kids, the parents of both partners, the friends and well-wishers that were witnesses to your marriages. If he or she is, then the marriage could still go on. Irrespective if the other, as a non-emotional intelligent partner, goes on with his tantrums and ego, the marriage could still go on. But not for long, especially if the absorbing partner is not enabled financially. The other non-emotional intelligent partner may use that as a yardstick to torment and persecute the dependent partner, who with time might be so frustrated and gee-bam, a crack that results into a terrible explosion which could break the marriage, or one person gets arrested for murder, or a partner finally absconds with the kids. Or from another angle, the absorbing partner is very financially strong. What then do we say is the problem bedeviling the marriage? Because the partners have means to survive, what then is the problem? This brings us to the question, how sure should we be before stepping into the altar with a partner that we are ready for marriage? Perhaps the question should be, how open-minded am I going to be in choosing my life partner? And in the life after marriage? Of course, we know the list. Before you marry, make sure you are compatible with your partner via genotype, blood group. Check out for diseases, compatible in everything relatable. Temperament, income check, optional then, but now very vital due to the economy crisis all over due to non-compatible policies. Skill sets, religion, and so on. What if all these are there? Money is there, and yet there is problem. Don't you think what is important now before marriage is to look deeply at the person you want to marry? Her character, his mannerism towards a thought, towards an idea, his kinds of friends. Whether or not you see him with friend, he must have had associations of friends. That is where you make your decisions from. I tell you, in most cases, the past associations by God would rule the now. Whether he or she is a Christian now should not stop you from finding out. Their association of now could determine what would operate in your marriage. How does he relate with his family? Does the family control his matter, his life? Does their words control the relationship? Is your words secondary to theirs? I will advise you to run the situation where you do not have your husband to yourself. Someone else normally does the cooking or shares the cooking with you. Run, especially if you tell him that you are not comfortable with him allowing someone else to cook for him, that you are able to take care of him. And yet he insists he does not have problem with that. Run. He is either going to keep running back to that person when you have the slightest issue. You see, if you commit to this person, it's always going to be hard to settle your issues very amicably because there's an alternative to run to. Don't ever commit to a man that does not believe in resolving issues and don't want to change his ways of hurting his partner. That if he or she wants, or like she can quit, or he can quit, not his or her business. There are thousands and one persons out there, more beautiful that worships me, or more handsome that kisses my footprint. Run. You would see all these traits more in an individual you call a friend, fiancé, fiancée, especially when you're open-minded. Do not think the person would change after marriage. Your activities together would help you understand the person you are going to marry. Do not think you can change anyone, only God through the Holy Spirit. This reminds me that if the man or woman you intend to marry does not or is not controlled by the Bible, or she is not subject under the Holy Spirit, that marriage can never work except by the grace of God. Don't let your friendship blind your eyes, because years of pain is best avoided at the very beginning than entering thinking your case would be different. Well, it's good to be optimistic, but the truth now is you are married now is more trouble to your neighbor's evil friends. In an evil world where people don't like any rising, would do anything to ruin good things such as marriage. Why not start it strong by choosing an emotionally stable partner that fears God and obeys God? Because I come to realize that marriages are breaking up more nowadays because of interference from a strong third party. Breaking up because of emotional, a non-intelligent partner. Breaking up because there is a misplaced priority of values. Breaking up because partners or couples see themselves as rivals, competitors, for no reason. If you both are successful, who gains? Is it not the children? Would you not have a very successful flow? But most times one partner is scared. The woman might leave him and abandon the marriage and children, or she might start having little boys as her side friends. If she is so rich, who even thinks that? Well, things happens though in life, and precedents all over from people's stories. But I do not think that should be a yardstick for any man, any woman to tie their dependent partner to their apron strings. It's always right for both partners to be buoyant. This makes life easy for both partners and the kids. It's right. If one strong partner lends a helping hand to the dependent partner, this brings progress and prosperity to the union and drives away lack from such union. At another point, a partner wants the husband to be tied to their apron string that would always come and ask for money from him/her. At another point, a partner doesn't want to give a helping hand to the other, which is the beginning of cracks in marriage walls. Marriage is never a competition. It is supposed to be a succor, resting place for both partners. It is a covenant, an institution where both parties put their partners in high esteem. For the marriage to work out well, more like a teamwork, no betrayals, but the situation where one partner has plenty alternatives to you. Before and after marriage, I beg you go and pray, because the world we live in is so full of unbelievable controls on our marriages that you wonder if marriage is actually a scam, where one is tied down forever in pain, oppression, and whatnot. I beseech you, out there, if you are in already, more grace to your elbow, but I implore you to adopt these methods in calming your non-intelligent husband or wife down. Show calmness during conflict. Be patient, because you are modeling emotional awareness for them. Use I statement instead of you accusations. For example, I feel unsupported when I handle everything alone, instead of you don't care. Set healthy boundaries, quickly and immediately. For example, I'm happy to talk when we are both calm, not when we are yelling. When in good moods, you can chip in the idea of both of you seeing a professional at counseling, or recommend books or videos on emotional intelligence. Stylishly, if you don't have children yet, quickly go and pursue your skills, your career, so you have a means of livelihood. Be good and nice to your partner, but if you already have kids, thread carefully for their sake. Learn a skill and have a means of living. Don't depend on your husband, whether or not he is good or stressful. However, let's be fair and balanced. While it's true that many marriages fail due to emotional immaturity, neglect, or interference, there are exceptions we must acknowledge. Some partners do grow. Emotional intelligence isn't fixed. With help, time, and a heart that wants change, some partners do evolve and become better spouses. Not all third-party support is evil. Wise, experienced mentors or in-laws can sometimes help restore peace and give balanced advice. Not every third party is out to destroy a home. Lack of money doesn't always end a marriage. When couples are committed and united in vision, even in financial lack, they build together. Support and teamwork is what matters. Helping with cooking or chores isn't always betrayal. In some homes, especially large or traditional ones, people help each other. This isn't bad unless boundaries are clearly crossed or ignored. A partner with options is not always a risk. Integrity is what counts. If someone is truly committed to you, they will honor you despite temptations or attention from others. Not all marriages are traps. While many have had painful experiences, countless couples are thriving. They communicate, evolve together, and overcome challenges side by side. If you found this parenting tips helpful, please subscribe, like, comment, and share to singles, married couples, single mom, single dad, granddads, grandma, your neighbor, your friends, relatives, auntie, uncles, sisters, brothers, etc.